everybody.
Hey,
So my name's Erica,
and I'm Sarah.
and we're the Ridge Meadows summer students this summer. And for the month of July, we've been embarking on a plastic-free July challenge. So plastic-free July is a challenge where you try to avoid using single-use plastics, such as like straws or drink cups, containers, water bottles, for the entire month of July. So that's what we are doing for the month of July.
Yeah. So we found it very difficult to, at the beginning for sure, to figure out like how to get used to it really.
Yeah.
So what you're supposed to do is keep all the plastic that you do use and keep it in a bag, which Erica did here. And I was not able to do that, just my mom hates clutter. So I kept a list and kept like a few things, and so we'll go over those with you.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through my dilemma bag, and then Sarah's going to review the things that she did that she would have had in her dilemma bag. She kept a journal of them. So we'll go over that, and then we have some questions, and then we'll go over those. And then if anybody has any questions while they're tuning in, they can include those in the comments, and we'll try to get to those as well. So maybe I'll start going through my bag first. So I have everything in this bag here, but I didn't use this bag this month. It was just a bag I had to keep all my plastic in, so that doesn't count. So first thing I have is some cups. So somehow I only managed to get 4 cups this month, so that's not bad, because usually I would have had like 60 cups, because especially in summer I accumulate a lot of plastic drink cups because like it's hot out and you're out and about and you just want to get a cold drink. I also, like, with those cups comes straws, so I definitely have some straws. I am a strawaholic at home. I love using straws. So that was really hard not to use straws for the month. I have 2 Gatorade bottles and their lids. And I have these bottles. I know why. This one, Sarah and I were out in the car and we both got really hot, and so we had to buy Gatorade. It was an emergency. And then this one, I was sick with a stomach flu, and so I needed some electrolytes to like get back on my feet. So I figured I was allowed to have that one. I did get a sundae. I needed some ice cream one day, and I should have another straw. I also have some yogurt. I love yogurt. Unbelievably, sorry, I only have 2 of them, so that's good. Now in August, I've been eating yogurt again. I have a spoon from a Frosty at Wendy's. Again, a necessity. It was worth it. A couple lids from some Tim Hortons cups. I have a lid from a hot coffee cup. The cup is paper, so that's why I got a hot coffee. This is a makeup container that came in plastic. This side was paper. Sarah and I, this is our joined candy bag. One day we needed some candy at the office, so that's going in there as well. I also had a lot of juice box straws. I really have noticed that straws is a big problem for me, and there are wrappers that they go in. Those are plastic. Here's that sundae spoon I was talking about. Couple lids, more lids for the cups. I bought a book. Actually, I didn't. Someone bought the book for me, and if I had bought it, I would have said no bag, but they obviously forgot because it's not their challenge. So I have this bag from Kohl's. My mom bought me some new pillows, which is really awesome, but they come in this ginormous bag, so I have this bag as well. And this bag I have from the pharmacy. Again, I didn't even realize that they put it in a bag, and then they handed it to me, and I walked away, and I was like, oh no, this is in a bag. I don't need this bag. So, and my last thing here is a 6-pack ring from some Pop. So, total, I have 38 items. One of my items is missing. I had a party and I used a plastic fork. So that's not here, but that's another item that was in my bag. So looking at it in review, I didn't look at it for the whole month. I just kept putting stuff in it. And now looking at it, I definitely see the straws problem, which I already knew. And the plastic cups problem is an issue too. But otherwise, I'm pretty proud of how I did. I really tried to avoid anything that had like a lot of plastic, but some things like people bought for me, or I was out, or I just felt like I needed it. So like the candy. Yeah, so that's my dilemma bag. And now Sarah doesn't have a bag, but she wrote hers down, so we're just gonna go over that really quickly.
I have a problem with Tim's. I love Tim's, apparently. So I probably went every day, as bad as that sounds. So I counted I had 35 Tim's cups, so oops. But
and those cups are 3 different pieces.
Thank you. I've
too.
Noticed.
So it adds
3
up.
plus times 35. And then one day I had yogurt at the office for my lunch, which I only did that once this month, which is pretty good. So I have 2 yogurt containers. I had Gatorade bottles. I was going to borrow it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry. So I love these Gatorade bottles because I reuse them for quite a while of water because the lids are really good. So I said I had 4 Gatorade bottles, but I did reuse them for a while.
That's good.
They still recycled. And then I had some Ziploc bags. I was thinking I did pretty good of not using Ziploc bags. I try to use Tupperware containers more, which is something I'm not too used to. But I still used about 4 or 5 Ziploc bags. But yeah, again, like Erica said, our candy, it was needed. One day I got a Frosty, so the Frosty spoon, thank you. What else did I have? Oh, juice boxes.
Yeah.
I had about 4 juice boxes, so that means 4 straws and the wrappers for them. And then throughout the month, I really tried to use reusable water bottles, but I used about 3 plastic water bottles just I was out and about and needed some water before I got dehydrated. And then the only other thing I think is a few times I went grocery shopping and just completely forgot my reusable bags, so I had about 5 grocery bags. But I think,
yeah.
Other than the Tim's, I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
we both kind of agreed that it's really hard, just when you're out and about, like especially at work. And a lot of our work recently has been outside of the office. Like we've been in the car a lot and traveling from place to place. And so if you run out of water or something and you're not going to be going back to the office, you kind of sometimes don't have a choice.
It's hard.
So not a lot of things are offered in containers besides plastic. Like a lot of probably like one of the only few things I can really think of that's popular is Snapple that's in a glass bottle. So unless we just want to drink Snapple every day.
I don't really like Snapple.
Yeah. So that was
hard. It's hard being out all the time, especially with the hot weather.
Yeah.
It's dangerous not to get water and stuff, so.
Yeah. And we're just trying to be really honest about our experience and not pretend that it was easy, because it's really hard. Like easy. Plastic is everywhere in our lives. So yeah, it's really hard not to use it, as you can see by our dilemma bags. Yeah, but so now that we've gone through our bags, we'll probably start to answer some questions. So our friend Annie from Electrorecycle, she gave us 5 questions that we want to go over because they're really good questions. So we'll do that first. So her first question was, what made you want to do the challenge? Did the month leave you inspired or discouraged? So Sarah and I didn't know about the challenge before starting here. Our supervisor, Leanne, told us about the challenge, and she was like, would you be interested? And we thought about it, and we weren't sure if we would be successful, but eventually we just figured, like, sure, we'll give it a try. I tried not to be too hard on myself for it, and instead of beating myself up if I use a piece of plastic, I just wanted to be aware of how much plastic I was using and how prevalent it is everywhere. And I'd say the month left me inspired to try to use less plastic as I go on. And just trying to prepare when I go out somewhere. Like if you're gonna go out and you're gonna go shopping, like try to throw a grocery bag in your car, like a reusable cloth bag, or like bring a reusable cup with you if you think you're gonna need a drink, like things like that.
Yeah, same with that. Like just preparing and like getting ahead of yourself and being ready for like what you're gonna need instead of going to the grocery store and buying a plastic water bottle and having one with you already. So I found the month a real eye opener, seeing like how much plastic we use every day, because it's a lot, and a lot of it you don't think twice about when you go and buy it. You just get it.
Yeah.
So I think I will try to keep doing it, like using Tupperware containers for my lunch, reusable water bottles, stuff like that. It might not be a big thing, but it still helps a bit.
Yeah. So Annie's next question, we've kind of already answered. How many pieces of plastic did you have at the end of the month? But just to recap, I'll say that I had 38 total. I was hoping it would be less than 30, and everything in my bag is recyclable, so I'll be recycling it right after work today. I don't know what Sarah's total
I don't know what
is.
total is, but with the Tims, it's over 100.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But it's at least good to be like conscious and aware of that number, and like seeing it, it's kind of like, whoa, like that's how much I use. Annie's next question is, what item of plastic are you most disappointed that you used? For me, I don't think there's like a single item. I was pretty bummed about the pillows. I know I was pretty bummed about the plastic fork at my house party because I was like, I'm at home, like I can use all of my reusable like everyday stuff, and I still ended up using this plastic fork. But generally, I think just looking at my bag now, it's like straws is a big one, and the cups. Just like I'm kind of disappointed at how quickly they add up. You don't even think about it, like Sarah said.
Yeah, I'm most disappointed in using plastic grocery bags because I do have a lot of reusable ones. It's just I take them upstairs to my house and then I forget to bring them back to my car. That's usually what happens. But I was trying to be better about remembering them more, so I'm disappointed I used plastic bags. And also now looking at it, how many times I went to Tim's, it's not okay.
Yeah.
But now it's good to see that.
Yeah, because then it might affect like the rest of your summer even, and like thereafter.
For sure.
The next question is, what item of plastic are you most proud of yourself for avoiding? One change that I've made as a result of this experience is not using, when I go to a fast food restaurant and I get a drink, like I don't need to put a plastic lid and a plastic straw in my drink. Like I can drink out of the cup just fine. The paper cup is great. So I find that we just put the lid and straw in out of habit, but when I'm sitting down in a restaurant and I'm going to like throw it out before I leave, like why do I need to add those two pieces? So I've started like not using them, and I even got my boyfriend to not use them a couple times too. So it's good that it's a contagious change. Yeah, and I think I'm going to keep doing that because we don't really need them. So.
Yeah, for the most part, I was able to avoid plastic Ziploc bags. I did, like I said, I had about 4 or 5 in my list, but I'm used to just like quickly throwing my lunch in a Ziploc bag and going in the morning. So finding the lids for Tupperware containers in my house, they're everywhere. So it takes time, but it helps. So I'm proud that I avoided them mostly.
Yeah. It's like Ziploc bags are easier, but
so easy.
It doesn't mean that they're better
either.
Definitely. So. The next question is, are there any waste avoidance strategies you plan to continue with? I think I just want to try to always have reusable items handy, like reusable cups, cutlery, straws, bags, because it's pretty simple as long as you have the tools available. I find that we use most plastic just out of habit and not because we need it. Like it's habit to put an item in a grocery bag, even if it's just one item. So as long as I can like break those habits, I think it'll make things better.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely want to keep like using Tupperware containers. Again, like Erica said, like water bottles, cutlery. That's an easy one to avoid.
Yeah.
Just like having a fork with you, it's so easy to avoid, but plastic forks are convenient. But yeah, just definitely having stuff ready and being prepared for what I might need in the day.
Yeah. The next question we have sent in is, what did you discover about your plastic use already? So I discovered that I already, like, there are some plastic single-use items that I already really consciously avoid in life. So, like, that I was pretty proud of. Like, I don't usually use Ziploc bags, like, in my daily lunch or anything like that. I usually use Tupperware for everything. At my house, we save all of our plastic bags instead of just like throwing them away or like recycling them right away. We just reuse them and use them as like garbage bags and stuff, like, and giving them extra life. I try to take reusable bags to the grocery store, just like changes, like things like that that I already do, like made the challenge a little easier. So
Yeah, definitely the same thing. Like, I usually use reusable bags, water bottles. Like, I hate buying a plastic water bottle. I hate it.
yeah.
They're expensive and like, shouldn't have to.
Yeah, like if you already have like one
Yeah.
of these, like why do you need to? And it keeps it colder too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So I hate having to buy that. So I don't know. Same thing pretty much.
the next question we have here is, how many plastic items did you think you'd have in your dilemma bag? So for some reason I got the number 30 in my head. I guess I was just trying to think like approximately one a day or something. I had 38, so I'm kind of bummed that it was
Pretty
over
close.
30. Yeah, like at least it's still in the 30s, so I
Yeah.
have that. But next year when I do it, I'd like to have like half of 38, like let's keep it in 20 next year. So I've done it now. I've seen where things are an issue.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
I thought it was gonna be like 50, but because at the beginning of the month I said I'm not going to go to gym. Did I not say that?
She did.
I
She
did.
said it.
But that did not happen. I went. So I thought I was gonna have about 50. I'm really bummed that I definitely had more. Just think about all the money I wasted too.
Yeah, that's a big part of it
thing.
too. One of the things we talked about before this challenge was like how much money do we spend on like going out and getting drinks and stuff, and like how much can we save by not? But
Yeah.
it's kind of hard, like when it's so hot and so muggy. Like it's really hard not to want to grab a cold drink or something. So.
Yeah, exactly. And this month was really hot, so
Yeah. This question here is, what was the most frustrating thing about doing the challenge? I think it's really frustrating to see how many things are like just covered in plastic. Like it seems like for no reason. Like I don't know. It just seems so extra and like extraneous. Like we don't need it. Doesn't need to be on there. Another thing that was really bugging me the entire month is how much like extra plastic like people and like companies give you. Like Sarah and I went. This was before July, but like Sarah and I went to McDonald's to get iced coffee one day, and they double cupped her drinks so that we could tell them apart. And we were both like, well, why can't they just put a sticker or go like, this one's yours, this one's yours? Like, why do they have to double cup them? It just wastes a cup. And like when you go to a store, they just automatically put your thing in a bag, even if it's just one small thing. Like the pharmacy, for example, like I had to get a couple of prescriptions and they just kept putting them in a bag each time. It's like, I don't need this tiny bag that has no purpose aside from carrying this prescription.
And like you can't really give it back. You know they're just going to get rid of it.
And a lot of, like that's what we said about the coffee cup. Like we could give it back to her, but she's probably just going to toss it out because she's already given it to us.
Give it to someone else.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else that you found was frustrating?
I found like this one was kind of unavoidable, but like living at home, my parents would go buy stuff.
Yeah.
So like the milk and like everything else. Like when I live on my own, I can go buy the
cardboard
of milk, but like, my parents like they don't because there's more of us.
Yeah.
So I found that frustrating, just like having no control over what they buy. So I'm not going to go to them and be like, you can't buy that. But.
Yeah, like we can't really alter our entire household's lives that much. Like I live with 5 other people, and I don't like. While I want them to be aware of this challenge, I also it becomes more expensive and like more time consuming.
Very
and like
expensive.
I don't want to put that on other people as well. So, but yeah, it is frustrating just to see and just be like, why does this have to be made of plastic? It could easily be made of paper. So
yeah.
This one, Sarah should be able to answer.
Really?
What items were the hardest to give up?
I
Or
didn't
not
really
give up?
Tim's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also another thing, like you like straws, but I love straws at
Yeah.
home. Like
We
I'll put a
both
straw
love
in
straws.
my water at home, everything.
Like every drink
and
ever.
I didn't do that at all this month. Like, I'm really happy I did not do that.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
it's
Yeah, I
just
definitely
Tim's.
normally I probably would have had like over 30 straws
Way
in
over.
that bag. So to only have like 6 or 7 or so is
Pretty
okay.
good. Yeah.
Like, so I'm happy about that. Oh, I love straws.
Me too.
This question is, did you go to the farmer's market to help reduce your plastic use? I didn't go to the farmer's market, but one thing I did do is I have a garden in my backyard, so I get a lot of my fruit and vegetables from there. And so a lot of fruit in the store comes in like clamshell packaging, like berries especially. So because I have my own, I didn't have to get those clamshell packages, and I could just put them in a Tupperware at home myself. So that helped avoid a lot of that packaging.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to the farmer's market. It's just not something that my family has ever really done.
Mhm.
Like growing up, we never went stuff, so something I'm not used to. But it's also something that I want to get. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I
It's a
move
really
out
good
again,
option.
like I definitely want to start going to farmers markets and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Okay. This question is, did you influence others to use less plastic? So here in the office, Sarah and I share this office that we're in right now with our coworker Carl, and we the three of us got to talking about this challenge, and he said that he talked to his wife about like the challenge that we were doing, and then him and his wife are like talking about how much plastic they use, and even things like Carl's lunch that he makes every day. Now he said like, you guys influenced me to use more Tupperware and to use less Ziploc bags. Like now I don't even use Ziploc bags. So yeah, that was great that we kind of like contagiously brought Carl into our challenge a little bit too. So yeah, it definitely shows that the more you talk about it, like the more
people think about it.
Yeah, the more people like wrap their head around the idea, and like that it becomes like more normal, because it's kind of a weird challenge, like to go to like a store and be like, hi, I can't use any plastic, so can you put this in like a Tupperware container instead? Like you kind of get some weird looks.
Like, why?
Yeah. Like, why are you doing that? So
exactly.
It's nice to be able to talk to people about it and get like positive reception from it, and not be like ostracized for it or something. So yeah, that was good. Did you find that? Did you like tell your family about it?
I did, and at first they were like, "Why?" And then like, they were thinking like everything has plastic, so they definitely caught on. But I don't know if it really changed. My parents are really good about using Tupperware anyway, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt like my family was definitely at first like, why are you doing that? Like, how are you even gonna do that? And I guess people also wonder like, what are you really helping by doing that? Because like everybody, it's hard to see it when it's so small, when you're just one person. And like it's just become so normal like in our lives to like use things that involve plastic, or like you go out with your friends and they're like, oh, let's all get iced coffees. Like you don't want to not participate. So it's kind of hard.
It's hard to think like you might be doing this, but the person behind you in line,
they're just gonna throw theirs out, or get double bags, double cups, like all this stuff. So that's another frustrating part too, to feel like even though I'm doing all of this, like
someone else is making it worse again.
So that's a bummer. Another question is, would either of you do the challenge next July? I think looking at my bag, I just feel motivated to not even just do it next July, but just kind of like take it with me forward in my like daily life when I'm making choices about like what I should buy or what I should use, sort of things. But like, yes, obviously I would like to try it next July, because I wanted to like half my number and get it to like 19 or something. Do you think you could?
Yeah. Now seeing where like the problems are, it'll definitely be easier to like avoid them. I think so.
Like,
I think it'd be good to do it again.
Like with the cup thing, like I guess a solution is just bring our own cups and then give it to the person
but
that's
at the same time, like Tim's, like their cups, they have lines on them for like
Yeah,
how much
that's
of each
true.
thing they put in. So it's really hard to do that even.
Yeah. I wish there was a way
I
to,
know.
like, a way around that. Maybe. I guess it's something we can
Yeah.
ask next
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Just be like, is there a way you can make it in my cup instead?
Yeah.
So if they've made it enough times, they should be able
They
to,
should
like,
be able to know how it was.
estimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we both would probably like to
Mhm.
do it next summer. Yeah. The last question that we have here is, what advice do you have for future plastic-free participants? I think like a general one is just like be aware that it's like really it's a difficult thing to take on.
It might seem easy, but it's not.
No, it's not. And like another thing is like don't beat yourself up about the plastic they use. It's just kind of like be aware of how like just be open to the idea that there's so much plastic out there and just say like what are things I can do to change how much plastic I use. As far as the actual challenge itself, like be aware of sneaky plastic, like really think when someone hands you something, like, is anything that they're giving me plastic?
Yeah.
Or if someone's picking up something for you, just be like, remember, I'm doing the plastic-free challenge. Or if you're in a store and they try to force plastic on you, like, here's an extra bag, or like, I'm in a double bag or double cup, just like let them know, like, I don't need it, I don't want it, I'm doing a challenge right now.
Yeah.
Another thing is just like prepare yourself, like have reusable options available, like Tupperware, reusable, water bottles.
Coffee cups.
Yeah, like what else do you think?
I think the big ones are like water bottles, Tupperware, grocery bags.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the everyday things.
Yeah.
Everything else can be like not everyday, but those are the things that you kind of use every day. So
I think that's like a good place to start at least. And yeah, just like where can I shop that like I might be able to get an item that doesn't have plastic, or is there another option of an item that doesn't use plastic that I can buy instead? Probably things like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any like concluding thoughts about plastic-free July?
I don't think so. I think it's just a really good eye opener. Really.
Yeah.
To realize and see like what's in front of you, like how much plastic you really use.
Yeah. And like hopefully it's something that like catches on so much that people like making items like realize like oh, we don't actually need this plastic, like we don't need this in our packaging or something, and they try to use alternative options like glass or paper or something, because like we make so much plastic and we don't really need to. So thanks for tuning in if you did. Or if you're watching this later, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or other questions, you can just put them in the comment bar there, and then Sarah and I can try to answer them as they come in. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.